Hello, guys. This is your modern day spokesperson. Quick disclaimer before we start, guys. This is not a tutoring session. This is a reminding session where we are just going to be highlighting the important aspects of the module, right? So, with that being said, please like and subscribe to my channel for more content so you don't miss out on any future videos. And with that being said, guys, let's start. The first topic we're going to look at is financial assets. So the key points here is know your calculator. By this, I mean you should be familiar with your calculator by the time you come into the exam room. So it's either you have a sharp financial calculator or you could probably be using an HP calculator. Those are the two most common ones. So you should know your financial calculator. Don't show up using a scientific calculator. Things might not work out for you. Also know how to do an amortization table. Also know your terminology. You know what a bond is, your maturity date, those kind of terminologies. These are very important. You need to know those things. And journal entries, guys, you cannot escape journal entries, your debits and credits. This is something you need to keep in mind and also revise if you have challenges there. Leases, now this is by far the largest chunk of the module. Almost half of the module is based on leases. Now, guys, this is the kind of unit that you cannot cut corners here. You cannot cut corners. You need to know everything. Unfortunately, it's just, one of those things that you just have to know everything, now areas and advance payments. When you are calculating payments or installments which are payable in areas, you don't have to adjust your calculator. But the trick here comes in when you have to look at your advanced payments. This is where you have to tell your calculator that you're going to be making advanced payments. You're going to see a begin there. So you need to tell the calculator to do the advanced payment mode, because your calculations will be totally wrong. You need to communicate with your calculator. It's your partner, so you need to look at your calculator as your partner, because if you don't tell it that, no man, I'm using advanced payments, the calculator will automatically assume that you are using payments in areas. Amortization table, very important. Your terminologies, guys, you need to know what a contract is. You need to know what a lease is, the lessee, lessor, those kind of general terminologies. You need to know them. The difference between an inception date and commencement date often causes a lot of confusion. Economic life and the useful life, this one you need to look at a lot. Like I said, guys, this is just a reminding session. We are not going to be tutoring today. The residual value, you need to know the guaranteed residual value, the unguaranteed residual value. You need to know the difference between those two things. The types of leases, your operating lease, your finance lease, and the likes. This, you need to know also the characteristics, why something has to be classified as a finance lease or an operating lease. Those are very, very important. Your lease modifications, in case maybe there is a change in the lease agreement. Reassessment of the lease liability. See, guys, these things can be a headache, but you need to know these things. You need to understand these things. You also need to look at your journals. Same thing with the journal entries here. You also need to revise on those ones. Your calculations and disclosures, your notes. Your notes are very important. Usually carries a lot of marks. Your notes on income tax expense, your deferred tax, your right of use, your net investment in the lease, and also the type of lessors, your general or your manufacturing or your dealer lessor, because all of them have implications when you're calculating initial direct costs. So the general one, you have to include the initial direct cost, and the manufacturer or dealer lessor, you don't have to include it. So it's one of those things that you need to look at. And the other remaining topics, I'm going to quickly go through them. Employee benefits. Now, employee benefits causes a lot of problems for a lot of students. The reason being is that when you are calculating employee benefits, guys, you need to apply logic, right? You need to apply logic. You need to be able to understand what you are doing. So you can refer to your relevant tutorials. If you have any questions, you can always email me, and I'm always happy to help you guys out. But your short-term leases, your short-term employee benefits, post-employee benefits, and disclosures. This is a very easy topic, and it can be very difficult very easily if you do not understand it. So always refer to your tutorial letters, try some of the questions out, but always have a logical approach to your structuring of the answers. So you need, if the question if they gave you maybe the salaries per month, always try to calculate them on an annual basis. Those kind of things, set them as a standard that they give you so that you know how to go about your calculation. And then the other ones, borrowing costs and related parties, I'm not going to say much about these ones, guys. You know your terminology, know your disclosures. Right. So if you have any concerns and maybe there are other things you don't understand, just leave a comment on the comment sections and then I'll create a video. But don't forget, I'm going to be dropping a video on employee benefits soon. After that, I'm going to also drop a tutorial video. Guys, I'm also going to drop a tutorial video on leases. I'm going to be detailed on that one. So just keep checking the channel out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.